Team 15. Yeah. Team 15 gets an extra hour.
Are we good? Okay. So we are the Intravolts 2 Electric Boogaloo, and we have designed the intelligent water tank system to give us sort of a background on the problem we're solving, because it's not a problem that we face in the United States. In developing nations, the water supply is not a continuous flow. So in some countries like Lebanon, the homes receive variable water flow that can range between 6 to 9 hours a day. And this is how like millions of people live in the world. And the inconsistent water flow is caused by, multitudes of reasons, from geopolitical issues to, just plain crumbling infrastructure. And so the only way the citizens could live and the way they deal with it is they institute their own personal sort of water infrastructure. And this consists of just a simple water tank that sits on the roof. The water tank is connected to the water infrastructure of the nation. And for the 6 to 9 hours or whatnot that the water is flowing, it fills up the tank for use when there's no flowing water. The water is, this is the only way that they can ensure sort of a consistent flow of water at all times of the day. And as you can see here, this is in Lebanon, where I'm from. We have sort of water tanks that range from like sort of crude metal tanks to the newer plastic ones. But altogether, they all have one thing in common, is that these are just, simply dumb water tanks that sit on the roofs. And the problems that, we face with the dumb water tanks is if the water is off for a few days, you wouldn't know it, because nobody checks every single day on the water supply, on the roof. And they have no way to gauge the water flow in and out. And they are vulnerable to sort of tampering. So especially in apartment buildings where you have, shared water tanks, they're exposed to, anybody can go up and play with them. And these issues are common. It's common to go to the water in your house, the sinks and the showers, and find that there is no water because you haven't checked on it for 3 or 4 days and it hasn't been flowing. So the way that we intend to solve this problem is by designing an intelligent water tank system. Our intelligent water tank system is a low-cost system. This is the proof of concept version that we built was just sort of a standalone unit that can be added to any dumb water tank system. It measures the water input and output and detects leaks and tampering. It warns the users of low water and irregular water supply usage, so they can take action if necessary. And we would like to make future iterations that are sort of an integrated unit, which would give us more data points, such as a more accurate input and output, an ability to keep track of its cleanings, and a more controlled environment for temperature measurements. And I'm going to pass it off to George and Josh to explain the technical aspects of it.
We implemented the smart water tank using the Dragon Board 410C. We use C for coding language, and inside there's a ultrasound sensor which detects the height of the water and lets us know the capacity of the
Demonstration real quick.
Sure. So I'm just gonna start filling this thing up with water, and can you help me out with the other one?
And on the screen we have
Very
sort of
simply,
reading outputs.
It'll just start increasing the level of water level. Is it increasing?
Yeah. We gotta give it a second.
Oh my god. Alright, one more, that's it.
We gotta give it some time to settle.
I'll give it some more time to settle. So, because it's an ultrasonic sensor, and it works by bouncing sound waves off the water and back, as we're talking, it's going to be very inaccurate, because me just saying things is going to kind of like bounce off the water and stuff like that. But when you have the water tank on top of the rooftop, it should be isolated enough to just take in the height of the water level of the tank. There's another, there's another thing that this thing does. If you try to open it, if you try to tamper with it, the system will tell you if the thing has been tampered with. So it should warn you right now. Right there, it says.
Cover open. Possible tampering.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that it does.
So is that accelerometer measurement?
We were going to put an accelerometer on it, but we decided instead to use the ultrasonic sensor in kind of like just all these different types of ways.
We're attempting to use as few components as possible.
Yeah. So in addition to that, the ultrasonic sensor also allows us to tell you how, the rate of flow of the water coming out and into the system. So
This is like a splash zone, so
and it should give you a certain amount of cubic centimeters of water flow. Is it given?
Yeah.
All right. Well, any questions?
How do you actually measure the rate of the water flow?
So basically, we have an average kind of cross-sectional area of this thing, and then using the height sensor, as it's flowing down, it's a change in height over time. So basically, we do that and we multiply it by the area, and we get the rate of volume that's being kind of tossed out. More questions?
I have another question. So the output right here says 27, but it jumps from 27 to 21 to 29.
Typically, the water tanks that sit on the roofs don't move at all. They just sit in one spot. So this one, because we're leaning it forward to get the water out, and the water is flowing back and forth.
Waving about right now. So it'll take time to reach a steady state, and then once it does, it should give an accurate reading.
All right. It doesn't go through the water.
Huh?
Like the
Because I'm
sound.
assuming you don't tip your water tank on the roof too.
No.
Oh, no.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Agreeing with your logic. Sorry.
So do you see application of this in the U.S. or this is mostly overseas?
This would be used in developing countries. This system, we could implement it using the Dragon board or any other microprocessor system. It could be really, really cheap, and basically it can become ubiquitous.
And based on the just personal anecdotes from our team members, it can be Morocco, Mexico, Lebanon. These are just countries that we know of that we've had experiences with where it's useful. Yeah, lots of them.
And also our backgrounds in the reservations. My girlfriend's Native American, and they have a water tank as well. And this is something I actually plan to implement at her house to help them out because they're on a separate water system compared to us who live in the city. So.
So conceivably, if I'm going to do some high water use thing, I'm going to take a shower, like that could get some alert, like, no, you hardly just save it for.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. We would be able to do that. Yes.
Toilets.
Toilets.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.